My name's Emma Heathcote-James. I set up Little Soap Company in 2008. I originate from Birmingham. I was there till my early 20s and then moved down to the Cotswolds, where I've been ever since. So the Help to Grow management course, I decided to do that because you never stop learning. There's always stuff to learn. Everything organically was happening, but we didn't have the processes and we didn't have a really, a tried and tested framework was what I needed. And meeting others in the same boat, I think is absolute, it's a gem. So there was a module on digital transformation, which really transformed us as a business. We were looking at the time for putting an ERP or an MRP system in, and there were tweaks that we did because of that course. We've also put in digital changes for our finance team, for our supply chain. We've really firmed up the supply chain as a result. And I did the course several years ago, and we're still putting those changes in now and changing things. I think, everyone knows it's very lonely being a business leader, and the one thing I certainly took from the programme was meeting others in the same boat. And even if they're a service provider, not necessarily product, we all have the same problems. And running a business, it's the same. It doesn't matter what you're doing. The inspiration for the business, it was a bit of a light bulb moment in the shower, literally. My gran always used to bring soap back from her travels and had stockpiles of the stuff. And when she died, we had nothing as a family to use. And I had to go to a supermarket, buy a bar myself. I bought a few bars. They were overly fragranced. They were synthetic. There was nothing natural like Gran used to have. So I literally started making on the kitchen table. And like with anything, any makeup, jam or knitting, if you enjoy doing it, you make far too much. So obviously the next step was to sell. I got all the accreditations, got all the certification, the insurances. After that, I used to go around talking at various conferences. It was called Women in Rural Enterprise over at the Agricultural College. And there was a buyer who was in the audience from Tesco. And she came up to me at the end and said, I would love to put you in Tesco, but we need to get you a factory and I'll hold your hand and make sure you have a contract so you're able to get the minimum order quantity. And that was how we scaled. So since day one, sustainability has always been at our core. And as we've grown, we've brought on more and more accreditation. So we only use RSPO palm oil, we're cruelty free, we make everything in Britain. So each year we're just growing and growing and growing. We got the Queen's Award for innovation back in 2022, which was huge. And I think as we grow, we're bringing out more and more products. So we've got 4 brands now under our belt. We've got the organic brand, the naturals brand, we've got the Little Beast, which is the pet brand, and then Eco Warrior, which is our kind of hero brand really at the moment, where we've made soap beyond soap. It's not just a bar that you have at the sink. It just proves you can take a product, and you can reinvent the wheel. I thoroughly enjoy what we're doing, and we've got so much more to do. We're almost have saturated the UK. We need to look at export now, and that's what we're in the process of doing. We want to become the go-to natural soap brand. We're the only brand that is completely synthetic free. We don't use artificial fragrance. I don't understand why others don't, but it's great they don't, and it's great that we've become the leader of it. If someone's thinking about doing the Help to Grow management course, then I think deep down they know that both they and the business need it. So the next step is to fill out the application and block that time out in your diary. And that's probably the hardest step, because as business leaders, we're all busy, but making time to work on the business and not in it that's the gem.